Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so we are back with the second Alliance War of the season, and this time around New Nation's taking on TCN, so obviously monster rosters, about as big as you can have in the game, monster defense, and they have been performing well. So, not an easy war by any means, and we need to do our best. So for this war, I am going to be using Cassie, America Chavez, and Human Torch. Human Torch is just for one of the fights against Mephisto because that's borderline unfair, and the rest will be split in between America Chavez and Cassie. Now, I'll be honest, this is yet again a little bit sloppy war, but we do get a boss fight. We actually, get to do some Cassie magic. It is a Longshot boss, and I do feel quite confident and comfortable in that matchup, and I think that will show there as well, because I do really like the way that boss fight looked. So here against Adam Warlock, basically I'm just going to use Chavez. There will be a little mistake in regards of the level 1. I still need to get better at the timing of Adam's level 1, because there is quite a long pause that, kind of feels slightly uncomfortable at times, gauging how long and when do I need the last part. And here we can see that I do it too quickly and then I get smacked. So that's fine though. For the rest of the fight, the mission obviously is just to go and nuke him down with a level 2. The problem, however, is that Chavez hits too hard. And here you can see that by the time I activated my level 2, and I also want to get a bit of healing in, he was already in his pod, and therefore he managed to punish me pretty much immediately. Aside from that, obviously, one hit, 17k medium crit, and the job's done. America Chavez is also my most likely target for generic rank 3 gem. She's definitely one of the targets. If I get a Mystic Gem upon Necropolis completion, Chavez is going up. If I don't, then there is still a good chance that I'm going to rank up my Chavez with the generic gem. Now I'm going to be going up against Gladiator. This is actually the very first time I ever fight Gladiator. And, should be fine. I just need to nuke him down, basically. Keep knocking him down. He's not going to build up too much of his confidence. He activates his level 1, which I'm perfectly fine with. Need to wait out that Unstoppable, which is kind of annoying. He's getting few Furies. Here again, the same thing, where he just walks up at me and, seemingly smacks me. But that's why I said, not the prettiest war. But here I'm going to get some healing in with Chavez, get myself back up to 85%. And then I decide to just go for it because I have 2 dimensions. I can drop Striker, then I could go for a full another combo into a level 1, and we would have been perfectly fine. Quite happy that at the very least I did manage to get in some healing, because I do end up using some health potions in this war. Now we're going up against Mephisto, and obviously here, Human Torch, no flame. It's a Mephisto. It's not going to take long. Quite simple and straightforward. When you have a Human Torch Mephisto matchup, Human Torch's existence is a very major part of the reason why Mephisto isn't much more dreaded defender than he is. And here we can see exactly why he's just, getting absolutely nuked there. So he activates another level 1, I take all that in block. I don't care about the block damage in this fight either, or any chip damage, because this is the only fight I'm doing using Human Torch for. So here I just drop my level 2, and then I go in for a full combo. There's not much to it. Probably should have given him a Striker. I forgot to give my Human Torch a Striker because, I'm not using him currently in polygons and stuff. I do think I will really want to take my Human Torch to rank 5, though, for Necropolis. I will not be able to do that initially, for sure, unless something drastic changes. So, on my way to exploration, if I pick up generic 4-5 gem, I think Human Torch is going to be like one of the primary candidates for that. Now I'm going to be going up against Gorr, so I give myself a power stat 1 boost. Didn't really need it, to be honest. I activated power stat 1 boost because I had 1 in overflow, and I just don't want to let it go expire. And here I activated 2 heavy attacks, and with 2 heavy attacks we have completely basically nullified and reversed Rich Get Richer node, so I don't have to worry about that. him having all of those nice and unique buffs there just effectively gives me an insane damage output to a point where we can see that my medium hit for like 20k, and yeah, single level 2 just absolutely buries that. That's kind of funny. Okay, now I need to deal with this Ebony Maw. And I have done this fight multiple times. It's been a while though, because in between Alliance War season break, and also current Balion's meta, kind of ironically de-incentivizing the use of sugar pill attackers for most part, because of decay being so powerful. And here I made a mistake. It was like the biggest mistake of the fight, where I started charging heavy attack, but he activated level 1, so you know, we'll be fine, but that wasn't great, is what I was trying to say. This fight, though, will not be as bad and messy as Spider-Man Supreme. I swear I hate that little guy. But here we're doing fine after my initial mistake. You know, I have gotten my stuff in order. I do have 11 power stings. They're chipping at him steadily. I do have the withers. Do need to keep knocking him down, obviously, to avoid getting faltered. But that's not too hard with Cassie. Now I have 20 power stings. Unfortunately, my taunt has expired, but it's, you know, fine. I'm just going to go for level 2, and that's still going to do plenty of damage there. So I activate my level 2. It still crits plenty. And he's at 2%, so I'm just going to go and smack him a few times as I got rooted. But yeah, so, you know, a small mistake at the beginning. This next fight is kind of slightly embarrassing. I'm going to mess it up multiple times. And it has to do with the fact that I wasn't confident in exactly how long and how much pin particles I need to completely face his level 1. And when you dex away from his level 1, well, it's just going to catch me several times. So luckily, though, I activated my... And here he gets... I was already scared that it's going to be triple resist. But when Spidey is using his level 1s, you know, it puts me at the other side of the screen. It's kind of tricky to punish, and he's stun immune. And here, you know, I also get, obviously, the mandatory AI being perfectly uncooperative, but, you know, I definitely could have played this way, way, way better. And here I get parried, because of course I did. It's not like he was holding block the entire time there, I'm just saying. But I do end up getting parried. I do get weakness from the masteries that I suppose he's running, which I'm perfectly happy with, a little bit of free willpower healing. I do, however, lose my power stings, so a minute in, and this fight should have been over already. But, you know, fine. I'm just going to kind of like reset myself. This is one of those things where I just hadn't done this matchup, I think, ever. And Cassie, in some instances, is a bit like Tiger in a sense, where you want to know exactly when you can run in, when you can charge your heavy attacks and stuff. And obviously here in the second half, you know, after I collected myself, it's like much easier, and I'm building up my power things, and the fight's going fine. It was just kind of like the initial confusion bit there at the start. Kind of like not being super sure, but they also knew that there is not much of a risk factor. If this would be kind of like more dangerous fight, I definitely would have like dueled for it and stuff, but I knew that, you know, Cassie is gonna get the job done. And now I have the final fight. Now, this final fight will effectively look pretty much exactly opposite the boss fight, because this fight I have done a lot, because there is a one node in path 1 where effectively I use Cassie quite frequently, and then I have to fight Longshot that's pretty much unblockable the entire fight. And I also have had a boss solo of a Longshot boss in the previous season. So as soon as I saw Longshot here, you know, I'm going to activate that Indestructible 3 boost for safety, but, you know, I'm fine. I probably should have put on these boosts earlier, just to give myself a little bit of extra damage, because in this matchup, you actually can kind of like do extremely well with Cassie spamming level 2s, which is what we're going to kind of see in the rotation in a bit as well. And the entire point of this fight is you just kind of want to get Longshot in a corner with a taunt on. And once you do that, this fight effectively becomes super easy if you know exactly how the timing works. So you can dash in the middle of Longshot's special. Keep in mind his level 1 cannot miss, so you can't phase through it, but you can dex it, and then you can do a full combo, and then you can just phase afterwards. So that is how I'm going to ramp myself up to like 20 plus power stings and obviously keep my taunt active. So here we can see again, I go for a full combo. I just phase a bit. Here I did have the resist, but that's fine. I have 20 power stings on him. And I'm going to do effectively the same thing here again, I think. One more heavy attack. And I still have solid duration left on my taunt. And now we're going to see how this fight goes now. Go for guaranteed crits. Each of these special attacks at this point is dealing like 100k damage. And I get quite a lot of power back. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to apply my poison. I'm going to get, well, less power back in this instance. And here, unfortunately, he didn't quite want to throw that special immediately, which is also actually going to be the reason why my taunt falls off here. Because I was trying to rush it to make it in time, but it didn't. And my taunt fell off. But still, with 26 power stings there, I'm at my level 2. I just activated. It's not going to be all guaranteed crits. I get 2 crits out of 5. It still did like, 80, 70k damage. And here he catches me slightly at the very end, but it's eaten up by indestructible 3 boost. So it was almost pretty much a perfect long shot kill, which I liked. I could have built up a few more power stings somewhere in the middle as I was throwing those level 2s. But for most part, I was very, very happy with this fight, considering this was an ascended long shot that I had to deal with. And yeah, it went down perfectly fine, super confident and comfortable taking longshot bosses in this meta whenever Cassie is not banned. Right, as for the war, this is how it looked like when I was finishing up my fight. So we did have the lead. We actually had a very, very good war. We only gave away 1 death. And here we can see that we beat them not only on, deaths and stuff like that, but also on time. That means we could have given up 3 more deaths. And we still would have ended up winning the war. So definitely a huge shout out to the planners and all the other guys who, performed amazing. So this puts us at 1-1 for the season. Not a perfect start, but, still very, very happy with this war and how it went. And yeah, a bit sloppy in the middle, but there were some really cool fights though that I liked as well. Let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information